Okay. This is the regular session, Board of Commissioners, January 9th, 2023. Please put yourselves on mute and stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All this meeting is recorded. Will you please call the roll?
Mayor Mancini,
Here.
Commissioner Maynard,
Here.
Commissioner Latanzi.
Here. Would you please read the sunshine notice?
Notice of the time and place of this meeting has been posted in the office of the municipal clerk, published by the Beach Times and Asbury Park Press on December 22nd, 2022, and filed with the municipal clerk.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting and to approve the same as recorded in the minute book.
So moved. Second?
Commissioner Latanzi,
Yes.
Commissioner Maynard,
Yes.
Mayor Mancini.
Yes, we'll now move on to the agenda portion of the meeting. We'll start with ordinances and public hearings.
First reading ordinance 23-01C. Ordinance of the Township of Long Beach, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, adopting a new chapter 104, which pertains to insurance requirements for businesses and rental units.
Okay, this is a state mandate. The governor wants us to make sure that all rental units have insurance. And I guess we have to inspect the rental units, Kyle, is that what we have to do?
No, they just have to provide proof of insurance to the municipal clerk's
And
office.
that's it. Okay, so that's one more thing that we have to do that's not necessary. So anyway, I'll ask for a motion. The only reason we're adopting this ordinance is we have to. So I'll ask for a motion to adopt ordinance 23-01C on first reading, right? It's the first reading? Yes, first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Latanzi,
Yes.
Commissioner Maynard,
Yes.
Mayor Mancini.
Yes.
First reading ordinance 23-02C. Ordinance of the Township of Long Beach, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, adopting a new chapter 108, which pertains to lead-based paint inspections.
Thank you. This is a second unfunded mandate from the state. With everybody that has a rental unit, we have to have a lead paint inspection by a professional. We're still trying to find a few, so we don't have anybody on staff that can do that. And once again, this is something that is mandated that we have an ordinance supporting this. So I'll ask for a motion to adopt ordinance 23-02C on first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Latanzi,
Yes.
Commissioner Maynard,
Yes.
Mayor Mancini.
Yes.
First reading ordinance 23-03C, an ordinance amending an ordinance entitled Code of the Township of Long Beach, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, in Chapter 5, which pertains to administration.
Okay, this purpose of this ordinance is to just revise this fee schedule for charges involving Oprah. So in today's day and age, you can Oprah a policeman's body camera, but we have to charge because we have to block out everybody's face that is not part of the case. So it's an expensive process. I'll ask for a motion to adopt ordinance 23-03C on first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Latanzi,
Yes.
Commissioner Maynard,
Yes.
Mayor Mancini.
Yes.
First reading ordinance 23-04C, an ordinance amending an ordinance entitled Code of the Township of Long Beach, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, in Chapter 128, which pertains to outdoor lighting.
Okay, this is for outdoor lighting. We have a lot of complaints with people putting lights up on top of their rooftop decks and stuff and keeping them on all night, so this is going to regulate that. I'll ask for a motion to adopt 23-04C on first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Latanzi,
Yes.
Commissioner Maynard,
Yes.
Mayor Mancini.
Yes.
First reading ordinance 23-05C, an ordinance amending an ordinance entitled Code of the Township of Long Beach, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, in Chapter 180, which pertains to swimming pools and hot tubs.
Okay, this is just bringing up to date some more clarification on the installation process of pools and of hot tubs. I'll ask for a motion to adopt ordinance 23-05C on first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Latanzi,
Yes.
Commissioner Bayard,
Yes.
Mayor Mancini.
Yes. We'll move on to adoptions and approvals.
Resolution 23-0109.01, approve various personnel matters. Resolution 23-0109.02 A through M, approve various appointments. Resolution 23-0109.03, authorize tax appeal officers. Resolution 23-0109.04, approve the annual townwide yard sales, Saturday, May 27th, it should say 2023, as well as Saturday, July 1st, 2023. Resolution 23-0109.05, authorize various township employees to prepare and submit various grant applications for 2023. 23-0109.06, approve the 2023 IRS standard mileage reimbursement rate at .655 cents per mile. Resolution 23-0109.07, approve the 2023 special events for Long Beach Township.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to approve items 6 through 12.
Second.
Commissioner Tanzi?
Yes.
Commissioner Bayard?
Yes.
Mayor Mancini?
Yes. We'll move on to licenses and permits.
Resolution 23-0109.08, approve various 2023 through 2025 tower licenses.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to approve item 13.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Tanzi?
Yes.
Commissioner Bayard?
Yes.
Mayor Mancini?
Yes. We'll move on to purchases, contracts, and awards.
Award a contract for services and support of computers and radio equipment to GTVM for the police department at $77,000 a year. 23-0109.10, award a wastewater supplies contract for the purchase of Tide wells to WarPro in the amount of $21,411. 23-0109.11 A and B, award various contracts per bid. And 23-0109.12, authorize various services under Schedule C.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to approve items 14 through 17.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Tanzi? Commissioner Bayard?
Yes.
Mayor Mancini?
Yes. We'll move on to financial approvals.
23-0109.13, authorize application for DCA grant for resurfacing basketball courts at the municipal building and purchasing playground equipment for Bayfront Park in Holgate. 23-0109.14, decrease existing and establish a new change fund for 2023. 23-0109.15, A and B, approve various actions regarding petty cash funds. 23-0109.16, A through E, approve various fees for 2023. 23-0109.17, A through E, approve various actions by the tax collector. 23-0109.18, approve bills and payroll. Bills in the amount of $489,002.79 and payroll in the amount of $991,117.94.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to approve items 18 through 23.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Tanzi?
Yes.
Commissioner Bayard?
Yes.
Mayor Mancini?
Yes. Kyle, do you have anything?
Yeah, just one, we sent out, or the company sent out notices for the new WaterSmart website to log in. We were told this at the caucus meeting that it might not be working. We'll make a phone call, but you should be able to log in sometime this week and get your reading on your houses.
Good. That's it?
That's it.
All right. We'll now start the commissioners' reports. Commissioner Baird?
At this time, I'm supposed to read this. Now is the time for the public hearing in regard to applications to be submitted for funding consideration through the 2023 Ocean County Community Development Block Grant. Legal notice of this public hearing was published on December 30th, 2022. The deadline for applications submitted to Long Beach Township is February 6, 2023. The next hearing shall take place on February 6 at 4 p.m. in the municipal courtroom.
Okay. Go ahead.
We have one more resolution to approve this. It's Resolution 23-0109.19, approve the 2023 Community Block Grant application for Long Beach Township.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to approve item 24.
Second?
Commissioner Tanzi?
Yes.
Commissioner Bayard?
Yes.
Mayor Mancini?
Yes. Okay, Commissioner?
Two quick things. As I mentioned previously, Lydia, our chief financial officer, moved out of the office, and fortunately, our chief, who was one of her assistants, has agreed to take that position, and she's currently completing the courses to get certified. She's actually doing a great job so far, and budget issues at the end of this year. We actually had another good year, so we'll give you more updates on the budget when we get closer to that time. And then the other issues, again, I think I've talked to a few of you privately, we're working on, we have some issues with our EMS people. That's a statewide problem. We're working on some solutions, which I'll give you some updates once I've hopefully made some progress on that.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, the next meeting of the Land Use Board will be held Wednesday, January 11th at 7 p.m. in this room. And I just happy to announce that the $32 million was approved in the omnibus bill passed at the end of last year for beach replenishment on Long Beach Island. No idea when the Army Corps is going to put it out to bid. We still don't have any quantity numbers, how many cubic yards need to be pumped. So all that information has to be gathered at this point. But hopefully within 12 months, the money is in place, and it's good for us here. I have nothing else to report, and I'll open it to the public. If you would, and have anything to say, please come up, tell us who you are and where you live, for the record. And, yes, sir.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. First of all, my name is Jim Cook. I'm a homeowner at 24 West Rhode Avenue in Brighton Beach. And before I get to my comments, I'd like to say that this is my little piece of paradise, and I believe this island is a bit of paradise. So thank you for what you do every day to keep it that way. But like everything else, every now and then you get a niche. And my neighbors and I are concerned about the two pieces of property at the corner of Long Beach Boulevard and West Rhode Island Avenue. And I'll start, the first one, what I'll refer to as Kuvel's 2 property. There's two parts to it. First of all, on the north side, along West 82nd Street, or Rhode Island Avenue, I don't know if it's called a right-of-way or an easement or whatever, but there's like 10 feet that I've heard mentioned. And the 10 feet has a pile of broken asphalt that's been there since K2 was demolished. Also several big potholes filled with water. It turns into a muddy mess every time there's rain or spill.
Where's this at? On
This-
the K2 property?
This is on the north side of K2 property, an area that has been referred to, I'm not sure, an easement or a setback.
Okay, but
It's outside the fence, outside their fence.
Oh, we'll take a peek at that.
So there's we'd love to have it cleaned up, maybe the potholes filled and the old asphalt removed, because it's been several years now, and I guess it's not gonna
Yeah,
get cleared up soon.
I haven't seen it, but we'll take a peek at
The
it.
second part with that property is in the back of the property, and this also goes back to when there was a restaurant there. There are two 55-gallon drums that I believe contain used cooking oil, which barrels are rusted. The 55, they're out there in the back of the property. The barrels are rusted, and I would hate to think that the oil is leaching into the soil, which it may be already, but I would love to have that oil and containers removed according to safe environmental standards. While I'm at it, of course, we'd love to have the lot cleaned up by the owner. I understand it's an ongoing issue, so
Yeah, we're waiting to hear when the oral arguments on our appeal is going to make some decision.
thank you. So now I have to go to the other side of the street where the property, I think, is, a part of it is owned also by the same owner, and then property owned by the town, where Joey's Pizzeria used to be. We'll start with the K2 property. His fence
We're,
has fallen down.
yeah, we issued him a letter today.
Okay, so now we'll work back to the corner. The corner where there's a street sign down, it used to say, or it does say, left lane must turn left. It's laying across the little piece of sidewalk that there is. I don't know how long it's been that way, but it's there now, right on the corner. Now, the town's property, obviously since Joey's was coming down, has been used for the transfer station for construction, roadway construction materials, which was gravel, big piles of gravel, sand, or whatever else was used. Then it was used as a transfer point for construction debris. There were sewer pipes, broken roadway, whatever, and it was moved out. But each time, transfer takes place, there's a big dump truck, heavy equipment, and this stuff, and it turns into a dust bowl. Currently, I would say it's being used as a storage point for bulkhead construction materials. So everyone has their own idea. Personally, I would just like to see, I'd love to see a pump station that we were told was going to be put there, and
The pump station, we relocated to the water's edge, pump station's edge. So we went to a different design. Originally, we did buy that to house the pump system, but now we have a in-line, right at the water's edge pump.
I'm sure that's better.
It's much better. And so we are using it as storage for street end bulkheads, and we will be for the remainder of this year, and then we'll clean it up. We have different thoughts on what we're gonna do with it. But it won't be a park. Somebody said that I said it was gonna be a park. It's never been a
No,
park.
I think-
We're using it, right now we're doing, building a new building in the DPW yard, and so most of the stuff that's there will typically be stored in the DPW, but with the construction going on, you can't get it. It'll work.
The only thing I would ask is that, the dirt there turns into a dust bowl in the summer, or a mud bowl when it rains. It's flooded right, there's big portions of it. It's probably the only lot within a mile either way that doesn't have a sidewalk. So even a sidewalk where we can walk down the street at the end of our block would be.
Yeah, we're waiting, we have to raise that whole area.
Mhm.
We're waiting on the K2 case, so we can, if they don't prevail, or if they do prevail, we could probably take that piece off.
All right. Well, God willing, I'll be around when you guys have.
You will.
I thank you for your time, and I hope I took care of the issues that my neighbors have too, so I don't have to bother.
Thank you. Next. Yeah. Go ahead.
Bob McGrath, Rhode Island Avenue, 31 West, and we're here to support Jim and Sam, not to beat a dead horse, but while I'm here, for that matter, and we've called before and we've been told the boulevard is a county road and it's them to do, but can we exert some type of pressure to get the boulevard at some level of plane? I mean, it's just a disgrace.
It is.
It's terrible.
They were supposed to come down over the last 2 years and didn't show. And we do have sections that are supposed to be paved this year, but they're not gonna pave the whole thing. They're doing it sections, and we still have some soaring water going in.
We still have a couple of water and sewer projects down south though, but we've given them a list of streets that they can pave, and we're just waiting for them to get here,
Yeah, I mean, I don't get seasick until I go to the bagel shack from my house. I mean, it's
We hear
brutal.
you.
It's
We
bad.
hear you.
So anything you can do, hold taxes back to the county, but we gotta get that road fixed. We gotta get it paved.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. John Volpe, Ship Bottom. Gentlemen, Happy New Year to you. I just wanted to come down and make the introduction with Beach Haven First Aid, co-captain this year with Deb Woodcraft, who you know. So I just want to come out and let you know I have some contact information for administrative aid. And I'd like to come down once a quarter and answer any questions or share any details that you may see relevant.
This gentleman right here is the guy to talk to.
If you want to stick around after the meeting, I'll have to talk.
Perfect. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Appreciate it.
You got it. Any other? Yes, ma'am.
I'm Marky from Low Babies. I'd like to take this opportunity, since we have a captive audience, to mention that something wonderful is happening in Long Beach Township starting this Saturday. Science Saturdays are back at the foundation in Loveladies. They're from 10 o'clock to noon every Saturday, and there's a variety of speakers that talk about Long Beach Island related to climate change, flooding, impact of windmills, what we can do as citizens, anything that has to do with resilience and LBI. So I'd like to encourage you and encourage you all to put this on your calendars. It starts the 14th of January through mid-March at the Foundation in the Ladies.
Thank you, Ann, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, I think I'll ask for a motion to close the public session.
Second.
Commissioner Lattanzi?
Yes.
Commissioner Bayard?
Yes.
Mayor Mancini?
Yes, meeting adjourned, and happy New Year, everybody.